going to take grain up, rice up to them, but the French told us not to do it because they were their allies and they were fighting the communist North. And so that was a nasty entanglement. We just kind of evolved into that war. Now, since that, years later, I visited Vietnam just for a couple of days. Those are energetic people, and I find it very difficult to understand how we could have gone and got drawn into that war. And I think it was not only were the American people ignorant of all the circumstances, but I think perhaps some of our leaders weren't quite up on it, or maybe they were influenced by people who were up on it but wanted to go anyway. Why? I don't know. It's going to be studied for generations.
Okay. How do you think the world's perception of the United States changed on July 20th, 1969, when we put the first men on the moon?
Oh, we were considered the tops in technological development. Our science was highly respected, and we were doing that, and it didn't appear to be anything connected with the military, and it was a joyous moment. It was the Western world received it and rejoiced in it.
Okay. How do you think the world looked at the U.S. following Nixon's resignation on August 8th, 1974, following the Watergate scandal?
I think the rest of the world looked on Nixon's, well, with even the breakdown, the break-in at Watergate, and that's what it was all about, was it wasn't considered such a big thing because so many things worse than that had happened all over Europe and all over the Western nations. It wasn't a big deal. And for his shenanigans, even though we abhor them, they didn't look on it so bad. He was highly respected because he did open up trade with China.
Okay. In what ways do you think our nation changed over November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall came down, effectively ending the Cold War?
Well, it was a big sigh of relief. With the Berlin Wall coming down, it was just hopeful that we could become not enemies deadlocked with Russia. It was a big relief. We hoped for more to happen, and more did happen.
That's good. What do you remember about September 11th, 2001, when the country experienced the terrorist attacks on the Pentagon and the World Trade Center? How was America changed by this?
Well, I don't know. How? I could talk all day. And there were some rapid changes, how America was changed. First of all, there was an overwhelming surge of support and wanting to identify, and they sympathized the world, the Western world, really sympathized with the United States. Even the Russians, and everyone did. Accepting some of the nations where terrorists are, where they're installed, they actually celebrated it. I don't know what percentage did, but I know that a whole lot did not celebrate. I look on that not as an Islamic attack on the United States, but I look on it as a terrorist who used the Islamic religion to back their desire to attack the Western world. And I look on the same thing as some of the religions in the United States use their religion as an excuse to dominate people within our own country, as well as dominate other countries, and some to dominate and slaughter Islamics, all the Islamic people.
Yep. Finally, it is said that every American citizen has a dream, be it wealthy, happiness, a better life for their children, etc. What was your dream, and do you think you achieved it?
My dream is always, a dream of most is, which centers around the family. And I don't know whether they are better or worse than I was. If we talk about economically, that's no big thing. Some are richer, some are poorer. But I have achieved far more happiness with my family. I've achieved far more financial success than I ever dreamed of. I never really dreamed I would be as comfortable as I am now. I really focused pretty much on my job, which was teaching music, which I dearly loved, and focused on my family. And I'm still very well connected with the old folks, which are my brothers and sisters now, on down to my great-grandson. That's where it is with me.
That's good. Thanks.